are actually being designed specifically for
Bitcoin is actually decoupling from the stock market.
The CEO of Circle tells us what the next generation of blockchain is going to be used for.
And Danielle Lookin says Bitcoin is decoupling from the stock market.
Yeah, welcome back to Bimblebit. I'm Damian.
I'm Andy.
And we're just two guys sitting around a table shooting the shit about Bitcoin. We're going to lock ourselves in on our blockchain calendar height at 934,786, as always, courtesy of TimeChainCalendar.com.
And coming up, we're going to hear from the SEC chair, Paul Atkins.
Yeah, and the Czech Republic wants to educate its public.
And Panama has a great announcement.
Yeah, and a whale bails. We'll have all those and more coming up.
Be interested in some sweet treats?
Sweet treats? Those look like coins.
Finest kind of candy, ma'am. Folks call it Bitcoin.
They shine like gold. Do they taste as sweet as they look?
Maybe sweeter to the pocket than the tongue. One piece could buy you a whole herd someday.
Well, wherever you're joining us from Nostr or YouTube, thank you for the likes, the follows, and the subscribes. That's what makes the show go. So keep it up, pass it on, and thank you so much. We're going to delve into our top stories. Paul Atkins, the Secretary Chair, says the time is right for crypto to be included in the 401ks. These are the retirement plans down in the States. We're hearing a lot of stories and a lot of states coming up with this great idea.
Right. And the Czech central bank governor urges the public to understand Bitcoin and stop fighting the future.
So that makes me wonder what has been going on down there when he says fighting the future. Because is it just, and I don't mean this word in a negative way, but ignorance, they just don't know?
I think that the leaders of the country would like the residents to really delve into why they believe it's a good thing and they should all get moving together.
Well, if you look at El Salvador, that's the direction things are going. So why wouldn't you just climb aboard that big old boat?
Yeah, exactly.
So Panama, as of February 2026, that is now, welcome to February, they are going to continue to exempt individual cryptos from taxation, considering Bitcoin a foreign source.
Right.
What a neat way to work around it.
Well, you know, and each country is going to have their own way of doing their words and their laws, just as long as we can all communicate and keep it together.
Yeah.
And a Satoshi-era wallet has come alive with the whale selling all.
He sold everything. He sold 11,000 Bitcoin, estimated 850 with a B billion dollars, 15-year-old wallet from the Satoshi-era. So he is all out. But we have good news from whales coming up at the end of the show. You got a great one. So,
yes, absolutely.
We'll delve into that as well.
Absolutely.
We'll have more coming up.
64. Beautiful morning out here. Whoa, got something big on the other line. Come on, stay on there. That's a heavy one. Easy, easy. Got it. Bitcoin. If it was only that easy.
So last week on the show, we heard from Tom Lee, and Tom Lee said that he really believes that this is going to be the supercycle. We thought, why not talk about that a little bit? What is a supercycle?
Well, it's a good question, right?
Thank you.
You know, people talk about a supercycle, and I've talked about a supercycle. I thought a supercycle was going to happen last time, but it didn't. So what is a supercycle? It's an extended period of growth of an asset, plain and simple. It's not a short-term bubble. Based on FOMO and hype. It's a major shift backed by fundamentals, right? So I thought, well, that was a good way to start. The next question is there a case to be made for supercycle to happen in 2026?
Other than the opinions of those out there.
And there are plenty. Thought we'd start with our 4-year cycle chart, courtesy of Benjamin Cowan from Into the Cryptoverse. If you haven't seen him, check him out online. Really great guy. So what happened in these 4-year crypto charts is every quarter of the year following the Bitcoin halving, you found your all-time high. It happened in 2013, 2017, 2021, but it didn't happen last year. It didn't happen. So what happened is we had an extended period of consolidation. Does that mean that it's over? The 125 is going to go down and stay that way for a few years? Or was that the top? I don't believe it was the top. I think reason being is there's a massive institutional adoption that we didn't see in the previous 8 years, right? We didn't see that, but it's huge. It's 43% of the Bitcoin network now, right? So that's changed. Supply and demand squeeze. We're only punching out 450 Bitcoin a day through the miners. You know, last year alone, Strategy B bought 616 Bitcoin per day. Just that alone. So you know that supply squeeze is coming. How soon? I don't know. They say about 2.4 million Bitcoin on exchanges right now. So basically, I think that there's a lot of macroeconomic tailwinds as well, right? We have quantitative easing, which means that now the U.S. and many other countries, what they're doing is they're putting more money into the market. It's going to increase liquidity, and it's going to put more money in assets all over the world. And then with the new Fed chairman coming in, they're predicting at least 3 immediate rate drops in their next 3 meetings. You've got a lot of things working for you. Will a super cycle happen in 2026? I don't know. You let me know if you have anything you want. Bimblebit.com. Let me know your thoughts, but it's very possible.
Everything is possible with Bitcoin. We'll be back.
Keeps climbing. We're dropping fast. 6 miles and counting. All right, lights on. Whoa, that's an entire field of Bitcoin. If it were only that easy.
All right, so the CEO of Circle, Jeremy Allaire, is talking about the next generation of blockchain. Blockchain has found its home in 2020, whatever, and it's just getting more amazing. This is what he's got to say.
The next generation of blockchain networks, things like Arc, which Circle's building on, there's other new blockchain networks, are actually being designed specifically for agentic compute. They're designed specifically for the financial and economic activity of a world where 3 years, 5 years from now, one, I think, can reasonably expect that there will be billions, literally billions of AI agents conducting economic activity.
For the banks. For the banks.
And so there'll be all kinds of blockchains created for every worldwide application of what we do, from real estate to everything else.
Warehousing.
Yeah, everything will be on the blockchain very soon.
Yeah. It's cool to watch.
And how about Danielle Lukens says Bitcoin decoupling from the stock market?
Bitcoin is actually decoupling from the stock market. The altcoins are not, but Bitcoin is, because it's now being seen as a safe haven. People are actually selling off their gold to buy Bitcoin. People see it more as a long-term hold. They see it as digital gold. They can store it. They can have self-sovereignty over it. They don't need to use Wall Street to buy Bitcoin. Anyone globally can get access to Bitcoin. All of that equates to Bitcoin now being a huge store of value and it decoupling from the stock market.
Is it or isn't it?
I think it is. It's at par right now, but I think that when we look back, it has always stayed higher the majority of the time.
The majority of the time. Yeah. It's getting a little closer right now, but we've had extenuating circumstances. And Bitcoin or gold and silver, even though they went parabolic, they did come down like 20% last week one day.
It is a whirlwind right now.
It is a whirlwind.
It really is, and it's hard to see past the negative. There's a lot of negative out there. We are not that. There is a silver lining to everything, and that right now is buy in the dip.
Yes,
because it's not going anywhere. It is here to stay.
Yeah.
So Bitcoin unite! All right. El Salvador, we've talked about them. What a fascinating country. Bitcoin country. Talked about the airport with the new Bitcoin monuments, the amazing passport.
Yes.
Well, check out this drone show just this past weekend in El Salvador.
Good one, hey?
Yeah. So, I mean, look at that. They sped it up a little bit so you can get through it all. But, I mean, it's amazing what these drones can do.
It is absolutely amazing. Yeah.
So cool. We are going to check out our Bitcoin calendar right away. But you got anything you want to throw in at the end?
Well, there was just a thing there that...
Michael Saylor bought.
Strategy B just bought 855 Bitcoin yesterday for about, $700 million or something like that. Yeah.
And the whale, we talked about the whale bail.
Yeah.
This whale got bigger.
So, there's a Satoshi whale wallet out there that yesterday purchased 10,000 Bitcoin. The day before purchased 10,000 Bitcoin. So 20,000 in 2 days. Do they know something?
Yeah.
You got to ask, right?
Yeah, go with your gut, baby. All right, time now for your Bitcoin event calendar.
Hey, we really appreciate you guys tuning in from Noster, YouTube, all over the world. Appreciate the likes. Appreciate all the support you guys give us. Thanks very much. Got a QR code down there. If you want to send a few sats, that'd be okay too. Thanks,
yeah, and
guys.
they all go back into the show. So
Absolutely.
thank you for your kind donations and contributions. It is totally appreciated. That is pretty much it. We are a wrap.
We're a wrap.
Yeah, I'm Damian.
I'm Andy.
We're just two guys sitting around a table shooting the shit about Bitcoin right here on Bimblebit.com.
Cheers, mates.